Howdy partners, just got back from Maine with some beer that's brand new to me, my favorite kind of beer, and it's the newest double IPA from Foundation called Venture. Very similar idea as Epiphany, I believe. 8% alcohol, and the only hop difference is that they swap out Citra and for El Dorado, and they have Chinook in this one. Where there's something else in Epiphany, but Epiphany's the Mosaic Citra super popular combo basically in a double IPA. This one's El Dorado and Mosaic. Those are the two really interesting hops in it, and it's 8% alcohol. Yep, just like Epiphany. I think they say it's lower in the IBUs, but we'll see what we think about that. And this one also uses wheat in addition to oats. There's no wheat in Epiphany. And this was canned on the... Can't really read the date very well. I thought it said it was canned on the 3rd, but this might say the 13th. It says Ace Ventura, Pet Detective on there. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And... yeah, it's very fresh enough. I thought it said it was canned on the 3rd, and so that would make it like 17 days old, but maybe it's fresher than that. I'll check out the other cans. Well, let's just jump into it. It doesn't have as high ratings as Epiphany on sites and such, but yeah, Epiphany was pretty good. I had one batch that wasn't quite as good, but they didn't have any Piff available this last time. But I'm excited to try something new. I can smell it. It doesn't look crazy hazy, but got a good haze to it. And it's got a little bit of color. Looks a little bit darker on the screen, but I think it basically looks like what I remember Epiphany looking like. Pretty nice head. Not a wild carbonation, but the aroma. Oh yeah, it smells like a lot like berries, like they say on here. Rich flavors of berries, tropical fruit, citrus, and pine. I get a lot of berries and peaches in syrup, the common aroma from Mosaic hops. And El Dorado is usually a little bit more lemon and piney. I'm not really getting much of that, at least off the bat, from the aroma. Yeah, it smells like it's going to be very soft. It's not going to be a big woody affair, but it always changes once you get the beer in my mouth. Yeah, a pretty nice smell. Not a gigantic smell. Let's see if I can build it up a little bit. But really pleasant. Nothing weird. Not very resinous or anything like that. They are going for something without lingering bitterness, it says on this. So they really want something that's a lot softer and very fruit forward. But I like that, and it doesn't have any of the oniony, sweaty, garlicky, dank Mosaic aroma that I often get from that. And the Cascade, Chinook, and Columbus that are also in this beer aren't bringing out so much grassy pininess like you might think they would. It's very floral. Oh, that's very nice. You get a lot more citrus on the tongue, but still a lot of the same fruits, a lot of the same berries and peachy, mango-y qualities. Seems pretty sweet. Yeah, it's not very bitter at all. I'm not getting a lot of dryness. Just maybe noting a teensy bit of heat from the 8%, but this is very, very easy to drink, at least up to that first sip. But yeah, it doesn't, not much of a burn or anything in the back from the hops or anything. The mouthfeel isn't quite fluffy. It's pretty modest carbonation in here, and there are some little particulates floating around that you can't really see in camera. Oh yeah, you can. They look actually bigger on the camera. So it's not a perfect clean haze, but maybe that's because it's been in the can for a while. But it has the overall effect of it being a more clean haze. And that's one thing I noticed about Foundation, is that they're not extremely murky IPAs they put out. They always are just like a little bit hazy with some teeny little chunks floating around, but very nice. Yeah, so fruity. I'm still not getting any weird resinous vegetal qualities at all. There's a little bit, and now I'm noticing a little bit of bitterness, but very low. A lot of people would think this is a pretty sweet IPA. I guess I would, for the most part, agree. But it's good. It's not mind melting. It's not smacking my face with hops. I'm not getting this overwhelming green hop pellet flavor taking over my whole mouth that's minty or mentholy or anything. There is definitely a huge load of hops in this beer, but they managed to put it in a very palatable package that's really fruit forward. And very nice. I like to compare the side by side with Epiphany and see exactly what's different. But it does lack the Citra element that everyone loves Citra. That's probably one reason it's not as highly rated, but it seems very similar to me. So I don't know, 85. It's nice. And definitely worth it if you can get your hands on it. It seems like it's been on tap in the Boston area at some places recently, but they're probably charging a lot of money for it. Where if you go up to the Portland, Maine area, where they have this actually in a lot of the liquor stores in the Portland area, they're just a bunch of 4-packs sitting on the shelves, which is pretty awesome. We don't have anything like this sitting on the shelves very much in the Boston area. Maybe now that there are cans from Single Cut, but those probably move pretty fast. And Single Cut's a little different, a little bit edgier, I would say. This is the kind of double IPA that you can give to almost anyone, and they should enjoy it sort of in some way, unless they're the kind of person who's just like, oh, anything that mentions hops or has IPA in the name, immediately my brain's gonna click it and mean that anything like that I can't enjoy. So yes, good beer. Goodbye.